This episode revolves around the Steelers' quarterback situation. Now, Tomlin did confirm that Kenny is out of concussion protocol. He's been a full participant in practice these last 2 weeks, and he will be the starter Saturday night against the Raiders for Christmas Eve.
Do you anticipate or plan on starting Kenny this week?
Yes.
But that hasn't stopped articles like this one from popping up and stirring up some controversy where it really isn't needed. Mitch, the best QB for the team? After last game, that's where we're going with this. Weren't there a bunch of Steeler fans calling for Mason to start over Mitch against the Panthers? And now that Mitch threw for, 170 plus yards, they want him to start over Kenny Pickett. There was nothing in that game that Mitch did that Kenny can't do. So let's take a look at the article and give our reaction. There are many good reasons for the Steelers to stick with Kenny Pickett as their starting QB when he's healthy. From the salary cap relief he can provide while playing on a rookie contract to the potential upside he can offer as a young player with room to grow. Okay, so far so good. The numbers, however, are clear. Mitch Trubisky has been the better player in 2022 and would be an asset to the Steelers if Pickett faces similar injury woes or struggles in 2023. His season grade of 76.6 beats Pickett's 67.7 handily. Okay, so now we're just going off of what PFF says and taking it as gospel. Damn. His 11 big-time throws, graded amongst the best throws in the entire NFL in a given week, exceed Pickett's 10 in more than 100 fewer attempts. And his average depth of target, ADOT, of 10, is substantially better than Pickett's 7.9, indicating that Trubisky is the more competent downfield passer. LMAO. Laughing my ass off. More competent downfield passer. That's what we're going with now, huh? It's a bold statement to make considering the small sample size from both of these quarterbacks on the Steelers, because honestly, looking back at Chicago, that really wasn't what Mitch was known for. I got a stat for you. How about winning football games? When has this infatuation with a dude's ability to throw a deep ball or throw the ball down the field supersede the most important stat of winning games? Who gives a shit about if you could chuck it 90 yards if you're losing? No one cared about Tom Brady up in New England when he was dinking and dunking it to running backs, tight ends, and slot receivers. Don't get me wrong, it's a great attribute to have, and I don't see why Kenny Pickett can't throw the deep ball. I think he's proven that he's able to. And what's funny is I just saw this Patrick Mahomes chart that popped up on Twitter the other day where he did not complete a pass over 15 yards last week, but he still won the game, still had good stats as a quarterback, still threw for over 300 yards. I just wouldn't be surprised. I think this would happen if Pickett had a similar type of game. The haters would find some way to point out and say, whoa, Pickett, he didn't throw it over 15 yards. Yeah, but how about the W? How about the offense moving the ball? I don't know, man. People are starting to lose me with some of this shit that they're coming up with. The article goes on, though. It's a similar story over at Football Outsiders, the other leading independent analytics website tracking the NFL. Their signature stat is defense adjusted value over average, or DVOA. It's expressed as a percentage below or above the league average, and Trubisky's mark of 3.2% is substantially better than Pickett's minus 12.3%. FO also tracks a stat it calls defense adjusted yards above replacement, DYAR, which measures how much better or worse a player is than an easily acquired replacement. Trubisky's DYAR is squarely in a positive territory of 173. Pickett's is a negative at minus 24. Basically, there is no realm of statistical analysis where Pickett is performing well or beats out Trubisky with any level of consistency. Of course, stats aren't the only factor to consider when evaluating players, especially quarterbacks, but the discrepancies here are real and meaningful, and the Steelers will ignore them at their peril as they look towards trying to compete at a higher level in 2023. DVOA and DYAR. Congratulations, you've stumped me there. These are new ones to me, creating random formulas and making up stupid stats that don't matter. I'll say it again. What I care about are wins. And for the quarterback position, how did that quarterback impact the win? Listen, there's a reason we benched Mitch in week 4 and put in Pickett. I hate doing this because I'm very supportive of Mitch. I actually want Mitch back on the roster in 2023. I'm not sure if he wants that. I feel like he still has starter's potential just based off how he's played these last however many games. But to come out and say Mitch is the much better quarterback than Pickett and Steelers are making a dangerous and perilous decision by having Pickett in over Mitch just seems absurd to me. I find it funny, too, that, I mean, if you want to shit on Pickett, why are you going through all these hoops and bounds to bring out advanced analytics and try to confuse people? Why don't you just look at the touchdown to interception ratio or his QB rating? Because those look bad. Those look really bad. But like you said in the article, the stats don't tell the whole story. The fact is, Pickett has been improving each and every week he's been the starter. He's shown good leadership. The team is 3-1 since the bye. The offense is finding its identity and moving the ball up and down the field at a way better rate than it was earlier. But I think Big Ben said it best on his podcast. This team's successes and failures go beyond the quarterback position. Like, we weren't losing games early on because of Mitch. And as you saw in the Panthers game, we can win whenever he has to play or if he has to get in for a start. Here's my thing, though. Tell me if you think what Mitch did in his appearances since being benched are things that Pickett just can't do. Can you say that with a definitive answer? But something does tell me the way Pickett was playing leading up to his concussion in that Ravens game, that he wouldn't have thrown 3 interceptions and the Steelers would be at 7-7 right now. Just a hunch, considering that he hadn't thrown interceptions in the previous 4 games. But man, I got nothing against Mitch. Again, it's just that the switch has been made to Pickett, and he's a rookie. He's the guy that we drafted in the first round, and I'm going to be going off what I see on the field and the context surrounding it, as opposed to whatever these analytics that you just want to pop up with DVOA and DYRA. I don't know. I'm already starting to confuse myself again. But that's it for this edition of Big Deke News. I do think the Steelers will be proven right in their decision to stick with Pickett. I mean, that is my take as time goes on. So that's just one of those things we're going to have to wait and see. But what do you guys think about Mitch versus Pickett? Should there have been a little bit of quarterback controversy? Should the Steelers have stuck with Mitch? What did you think of Mitch's last couple games, etc., etc.? Hope you guys enjoyed, though. This is a Thursday. This was actually 2 Big Deke News recorded on Thursday. You might be seeing this on a Friday, though. So enjoy the rest of your Friday. Stay chilling. Peace.